Sweet. Mastery culture number one. A little bit about myself. My name is Andrew Clausen. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an investor from Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been studying entrepreneurship since I was about 6 years old. So for the last 15 years, I've been going pretty crazy with, with learning from the best, some of the most underrated entrepreneurs out there, learning from everybody and everything. And so throughout this YouTube series, I'm going to be, introducing how I learn and what I've learned throughout the past. So that way, you guys can learn a lot quicker than I did. You don't have to take years and spend thousands of dollars like learning how to do this stuff and spending endless hours trying to get this stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this YouTube channel. So episode number one: how do you get rich? How do the rich get richer? And how do you become rich if you're not already rich? I love this question. People ask me this all the time. Got my notes up here. My laptop keeps timing out. So number one thing you need to do, you need to be the master of small things. Okay, you need to master the little bit that you have. That's key. And you get back into camera. Master what you have. Even if you have a little bit, be the master of it. Okay, this is specifically in terms of financials, time. You gotta, if you have 3 hours a day to spend on something, you gotta be the master of that 3 hours. If you got $100 in your account, you gotta be the master of that $100. Okay. One big tip that I've learned was, if you're not faithful with if you can't be faithful with a little bit, you won't be faithful with a lot, or you probably won't even have a lot. But if you have a little bit, if you have $100 in your account, but you're the master of that $100, and then months on end, you're a master of a couple thousand, it's gonna come back, and if you can be faithful with a little bit, you can be faithful with a lot. A lot of up and coming entrepreneurs, they always come to me and say, oh, I'll have a financial plan whenever I'm a millionaire. I'll invest my money when I'm a millionaire. Once I get $1 million, I'm gonna invest it. Okay, cool, but how are you gonna get that $1 million? How are you gonna get ahead? If you don't have a financial plan, if you don't have a plan of action towards what you're gonna invest in, there's no sugar for you, man. You're not gonna get anything. People tell me that all the time, but that's what you gotta do to get there. You have to be the master of the small things before the big things. So if you can take $1,000 and you can invest it and make $5,000, what's gonna happen when you have $1 million? You're gonna take that $1 million and you're gonna make $5 million. You have to learn how to put these principles into place. You have to have a financial plan now when you have a little bit. You have to have an investment plan now when you have a little bit, so that way later on, that's how the rich get richer. They have plans like that. They do stuff like that. So one of my first major tips was, if you can be faithful with a little bit, you can be faithful with a lot. So if you have $1,000 in your bank account, but you know exactly what's going on, you have programs where you can, you save up more money, you take that money and you do, you know what you're doing with it, you have a plan for it, and how you're gonna get it to 10 grand, to 100 grand, etc. If you have stuff like that, then you're faithful with a little bit. And once you get a lot, you'll be faithful with a lot too, and that's how you'll stay rich. Okay? But like I said, if you're working at Applebee's and you make $200 a week and you're broke all the time, you have no money, then it's gonna be a lot harder to get ahead for something like that. So what do you do with your money? What do rich people do with their money? What's their plan? What's the secret code to becoming richer? How do the rich get richer, and why do the broke stay broke? Okay, this is a good one. I love telling people this. So you have 3 little accounts that you need to do with your money. Number 1 and 2 are easy. Number 3 is the secret. Okay, 1 is your rainy day account. My number 1 tip for having a rainy day account: have quite a bit. Have as much as possible that you can spare, because stuff happens. I just got a battery in my car last week. My car's run fine, and it just died out randomly. It cost me a couple $100 or $100-something bucks, and it wasn't bad because I had my rainy day account built up. I was a little aggravated because just because I have the money doesn't mean I want to do it, but that's what it's for. So there's that. And the number 1 tip with that is, I was told, if you have $0 in your savings account and your checking account, and you have no plan, you have no strategy to get out of it, you're going to be stuck there for a while, and you're waiting for the world to teach you a valuable lesson. Because like I said, my car runs fine. but I needed to get a new battery and it just randomly wouldn't start. That happens randomly. You can't predict it. So if you have $0 in your account and you have a $200 car battery you need to get, good luck. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, build up a rainy day account. Living expenses, your bills and leisure. You have to know. It's so, people say it's so boring to have it's so boring. It's so uptight to have like a budget. It's like they say it's a cliche word. Like, no, it's not. Like, companies have budgets for marketing, accounting, payroll, this, that, everything. Like, rich people have budgets for everything. They have all their expenses lined up. They know everything, exactly where their money is going. If you don't know where your money is going, it's definitely going, it's not staying. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're doing with your money. So if you make $1,000 a month and your bills are $500, okay, you got $500 left. Find out what you want to put in your savings account, your rainy day, and figure out a little bit that you want to spend on leisure. Because if you're working 40 hours a week at a restaurant, you'll make about $1,200, $1,500 a month, somewhere around there, in North Carolina anyway. So make sure you know what your bills are, what you're getting paid, subtract that, you have a percentage. So if you want to put 60-40, 60% in your rainy day, 40% spending it. I typically go a little bit higher with that, with saving money, because I like to do a bunch of other stuff with business and stuff like that, so I don't really have a bunch of leisure money. That's just me personally. I mean, not everybody wants to, spend money on business. People just want to be comfortable financially, and I agree. Like, if you work at 40 hours a week, you got to have a little bit of money to play with. You know what I'm saying? So it's a personal preference thing. But if you want to get rich, if you want to get ahead, if you want to know how it happens, number 3 is it. Okay, the curiosity fund. Rich people are curious people. Curious people attract rich people. That's just how it is. So what does that have to do with money? This is what you need to do. If you want to get rich, if you want to get ahead, if you're sick of being broke, you could do 1 and 2, and you can figure out a way to be comfortable financially, easy. But if you want to get ahead, if you want to be rich, you want to be wealthy, you want to be 1%er, you want to make 6 figs, whatever you want to do, number 3 is it. The curiosity fund. You have to be curious. You have to always be alert, thinking about new things, experiments, opportunities. Like, okay, so here's the deal. Your opportunity fund, what is it? So you have, say we take this example, you have $1,200 a month you're bringing in, $500 in bills, you got $700 left. Okay, you put $300 in your rainy day account. Take $100 per month, spend it on whatever you want to do. That's an example. It doesn't have to be exactly it. And so you have what, $300, $400 left or whatever. Say $300 left. And so you take that $300 and you look for opportunities. You think of ideas, ways that you can innovate. Okay, you take that money and say you have a business idea. You figured out something cool with X. Okay, you have X business idea. You think it's going to be really cool, but you need to save up some money for it. That's what the curiosity fund is. It's a fund that you're willing to experiment. It's money that you're willing to lose. It would hurt if you lose, but here's the thing with experimenting. An experiment gone too long is a mistake. An experiment gone too short is a waste of time. Okay, so you want to give yourself a reasonable time of experimentation, but that is how the rich get richer. Okay, they have money put aside to invest in innovations, opportunities, investment accounts, stuff like that. That's what rich people do to get ahead. That is my number 1 tip, and I like keeping these videos short. Hope you got a lot of value. This is Mastery Culture number 1. Thank you.